What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out what the best strategy is to do for your rare Pokemon that you just accumulated during the Dragon Week and anytime in the future. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you doing on your rare Pokemon? Did you guys collect some Gibbles throughout this week? Have you collected some Dratinis? Obviously not so rare. Bagons, not so rare as well, but maybe you have some leftover rare Pokemon for Pokemon Go Fest as well, and maybe you're trying to save those up to trade over 100 kilometers like I talk about quite frequently. So today, I just want to give you guys some perspective of what you should do with your rare Pokemon. So maybe after this event is over, you are watching this video. This is not only pertinent to the Dragon Week, this is pertinent to any time. As you guys do know, we do now have Spotlight Hour in Pokemon Go. So Spotlight Hour is 4 rotations as of right now. I don't see it changing in any foreseeable future, where they do feature some type of Pokemon. Sometimes it's shiny, sometimes it's not, and you get a ton of spawns. That's not what we're talking about here. What we are going to talk about is going to be the bonuses that are going to be featured. So there are 4 bonuses that they do rotate through. We have 2 times Catch XP. We have 2 times Evolve XP. We have 2 times Catch Stardust. And then we have my favorite, even though I do really like the 2 times Catch Stardust, but we do usually get 3 times Catch Stardust for Calm Day. So although this is a really good thing, and I'm not trying to demean that, the one thing I am looking at is the 2 times Transfer Candy. So here it goes, guys. I'm gonna make sure that you guys know exactly what to do with all of your rare Pokemon from my strategy and what I do to make sure I get the most candy I possibly can. Not only do I pineapple all my rares, and not only do I then take them into trading, so what you guys have to understand about trading is that if you trade this rare Pokemon, if it is under a 10 kilometer trade, you're only getting 1 candy per trade. If it's over 10 kilometers and over, you're getting 2 candy. If it's gonna be 100 kilometers and over, you're gonna get 3 candy per trade. Sometimes they do have events that are going to also be 2 times trade candy, which is really beneficial for us. But let's just put this into perspective. So let's say I find a Gibble in the wild. I give it a Pineapple Berry, I'm gonna get 6 Gibble candy. If I go ahead and just transfer it right away, I will have 7 total Gibble candy, which is still pretty good, right? Like getting all the way to 25 to evolve to a Gabite, pretty effective. However, let's take this other scenario. Let's say I just trade it and I trade it over 10 kilometers. So now I have a Gibble, 6 candy, then I'm gonna trade it for 2 extra candy, and then I'm gonna transfer it, now I have 9 candy. That's 3 extra candy right there. So, now let's take this one step further. Let's say I have this Gibble, I pineapple it, I'm gonna have 6 candy. Then, I'm going to trade it over 100 kilometers. Not only am I getting Gibble candy, but trading in mass quantities is going to give you more potentials to get luckies. When you do get luckies, you can get better IVs on all those Pokemon. The IV floor for all of the traded Pokemon is gonna be 12, 12, 12. So if it is under 12, 12, 12, there's no reason you need to save onto that Pokemon. You can either lucky trade it if it's a shiny, or you can trade it regularly, because if it doesn't maintain good stats, you can then transfer it, which we will talk about in a second. So back to this. We catch the Gibble, 6 candy. We trade it over 100 kilometers. We now have 9 Gibble candy. Then what we do is transfer it. We have 10. Or what I'm going to suggest to you guys here, which is why we're making this video, is that you do save all of your rare Pokemon after you have traded them, after you then have analyzed them to make sure they are not good IVs for meta attackers. Meaning for meta attackers, they need to be as close to 100% IV as possible, or for the Master League. And you also check them out for Go Battle League, for the Ultra and the Great League. If you guys do need any resources, you can go to gostadium.club to be able to check out what the IVs are, or pvpoke.com to see where that Pokemon is going to rank, and is it going to be worthy even to look into using it for Pokemon Go in the PvP realm. So we've traded all of our Pokemon over 10 kilometers or over 100 kilometers, and now we have traded Pokemon sitting in our bag. Usually we would just transfer them, but what I'm going to suggest doing is, like I was starting to get into, saving all these Pokemon for the Spotlight Hour. So last month, in the month of July, we had 2 times Transfer Candy as the week 1. I thought there might be some type of synchronicity going into this month, but there is not. On the 2nd week this time, which is going to be August 11th coming up. I did also mention this in my Magikarp top tip video to make sure you guys are prepped for the Calm Day, to save all your Magikarps as well if you guys don't have that much Magikarp candy. But for me, I'm more interested in the Bagons as well as the Gibbles. The reason why is Bagon, I evolved a lot of those guys, so I really depleted down on my candy. And when I'd say depleted for myself, I was under 1,500. If I'm under 1500 candy for a specific rare Pokemon, I am not overly confident in that Pokemon. So for Gible, I was pineapping them all. I traded them all over 100 kilometers. Now I have a plethora of Gibles sitting in my bag. I am going to wait until we get to this 2x transfer candy, and then I am going to transfer all those traded Gibles. So let's say I have 50, that's gonna be 100 extra Gible candy right there in itself. And I know some of you guys may be watching this video and think about, okay, it's just an extra candy. Think about just an extra candy over the longevity of a year. If you were to do this double transfer every single month for an entire year, let's say you have 5 Gibles, 10 Gibles, let's say 10 Gibles, over the entire year, that is an extra 120 Gible candy. That's an extra evolve all the way to a Garchomp, or that is half a power up all the way to level 40. So do not underestimate the power of this. Next, I am also going to recommend another thing. So we do have Rayquaza in the raids right now. Let's say it's any other Pokemon in raids. A great thing to do is to stack up on as many of those solid raid bosses as possible. Rayquaza being the top dragon attacker in the game, external of Shadow Pokemon right now. So this Pokemon's pretty valuable. So a lot of you guys have rated for it, rated for the shinies. Not only would I probably take some of those Pokemon if you don't have too many Luckies and trade them on a daily basis over 100 kilometers to get 3 Rayquaza candy. But for me personally, I've done maybe 60 or plus Rayquaza raids, and then we're gonna have more legendaries coming out. So there is no possible way that I'm gonna be able to keep up, because you only get 1 legendary or special trade per day. So I can't trade enough to be able to go. I have enough Rayquazas to last me 2 to 3 months right now of trading. And then I have some Zekrom trade up that I'd rather get the Zekrom candy because I've already maxed out 5 Rayquazas. I already have over 600 Rayquaza candy. So I don't need too much more Rayquaza candy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save all of these legendaries, and then when it hits 6 p.m. on Tuesday, I am going through and I am transferring every single legendary that I have denoted, because like I tell you guys, there are really good commodities in this game. Number 1, we have rare candy. Rare candy we get from legendary raids and other raids, and potentially gifts and tasks sometimes, but primarily it comes from legendary raids. The rare candy, super valuable because you can transition it into any type of legendary you want. Then we have Stardust. The 2x catch Stardust bonus that is going on, do not let that go by, guys. It is a very valuable bonus. Highly suggest you guys do take advantage of that. With the star piece for the entire hour, you're gonna get 3x catch Stardust, which is really beneficial. And there's so many spawns typically. Horsey last week was a very big exception for me. I didn't see too many spawns. But you can churn through a lot of Pokemon because the spawns are so dense at that point, and it's 1 time every month for an hour, which is going to require 2 star pieces. So that's very valuable. So moving onward, we then have 2 other bonuses that I do want to touch on. We have 2x catch XP, we have 2x evolve XP. So evolving was kind of like the old Pokemon Go grind to 40. Evolutions do give you XP. What you could do if you do not care too much about the Pokemon that's going on, or you just don't really want to play during that time frame, you could either do 2 things. You could sit at home and not play and just evolve Pokemon. Which Pokemon do you evolve that are going to be the easiest? It's going to be Weedle, Caterpie. We have Pidgey, Rattata. So Weedle, Caterpie, and Pidgey, the reason I do point those guys out is they are 12 candy per evolve. So if you guys do evolve them, you get 1 candy back. And then if you trade them over 100 kilometers, you're gonna get 3 candies. And then if you transfer them on the double transfer day, you are now gonna be at 6 candies. So for that 1 evolve, you're basically getting 50% of your candy back, which you can play with that strategy as well. I'll let you guys go for it. But if you do pop an egg, you do evolve as many Pokemon as you can. You can either do it from home or you can set your gacha up and you can still walk around and catch Pokemon in the background. I always like multitasking with Pokemon Go. Number 1, I love to be outside. Number 2, really valuable to be able to get Stardust, get XP, get everything in the background, maybe a potential shiny, even if you don't really want that shiny, and evolve. That is how you maximize your gameplay. And then as far as the 2x catch XP, is that gonna be valuable for you guys? If you are under 40, yes, definitely. You can pop a lucky egg. What I would suggest doing is saving up your friendship bonuses and then potentially also doing raid boss things as well during that time frame, where you can have a big group and take down that raid boss very easily, because if you do take down a raid boss on a lucky egg, that's 20,000 XP. If you're catching at the same time, what you would do during that raid boss is you would then put your auto catcher on. If you guys haven't checked out what auto catchers are the best, you definitely want to check it out up here, because then you can be catching Pokemon in the background while you are raiding and then maximizing on your XP. So if you guys are new to the game, you're kind of understanding the game a little bit better, think about how I think and how we get XP. It's how can you do multiple things at the same time and still capitalize on what's going on. So where does that leave us? Number one, 2 times transfer candy is very valuable in my opinion if you take into account the trade strategy to try to get luckies and then you transfer those Pokemon that are not good. So what happens when you do get a good Pokemon from a lucky trade? What do you do with it? There's 2 things. Either you can be on the hypothesis that Gible will be at a calm day at some point and evolve it or save it. So if you do think that Gible will have a calm day, you can save it. If you think that it will not, you can evolve it. But the one fail-safe that we do have now is every calm day, we are now getting the Elite Charged or the Elite Fast TM, and it seems like we are rotating throughout them. Elite Fast TM is going to be a little bit rare. Elite Charge TM is going to be a little bit more abundant because we do have more charge moves than we do have fast moves that do come from calm days. So you could evolve a Garchomp and then just know that if it does get a calm day, you'll have to TM it, which is fine. The one thing I wouldn't suggest doing is evolving a team of Garchomps in case this situation comes about, unless you really actually need it and it's something that you benefit from. But realistically, Garchomp, great in the Master League. It does pretty good as a meta attacker. There are better Pokemon than it, but you don't need a team of them. They're not the best dragon and they're not the best ground type Pokemon in the game. So I hope this helps you guys out. I'm excited about this video because I really wanted to give you guys this strategy. Once I saw that 2 times transfer candy in my mind, I'm going to trade all the Gibles that I have commandeered over the last week. I am then going to trade them. I am going to save them. I am going to up front at 558. I am going to go through and select all of my traded Pokemon. The second it hits 6, I am going to click transfer. I'm going to get all that 2 times transfer candy and then I'm going to go through and start powering through all of my legendary Pokemon, including the Rayquazas, that I do not want anymore in my bag because I have a plethora of that Pokemon's candy. If you don't have a plethora, I would suggest saving those Pokemon, maybe like Zekrom for me, where I don't have incredibly large amount. Save that Zekrom, trade it once per day, potentially get a lucky, save a couple of each of these legendaries for lucky trades because people do want them, especially obviously the shiny Rayquazas. Do not transfer any shinies. As far as legendaries go, you want to save those. People will want those at some point or another. And fully maximize out on this monthly bonus that it does appear we will consistently have for the foreseeable future. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below, did you plan to do this? Did you see it in my Magikarp video? And did you extrapolate it to rare Pokemon? It's not just relevant during the Dragon Week, it is relevant at all times. Save your rares. The rares that I might suggest you guys save are Pokemon that you don't see on a daily basis, or you can just scan through your bag and see Pokemon that you do not have too much of, but aren't so rare that you literally would lucky trade for it right now, like an Axew. Probably not the Pokemon to go ahead and transfer and trade for. That's probably a Pokemon you would save to be able to get for a lucky trade. So guys, thank you guys for tuning in. All my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.